Here's a question for you. How do you master the art of aging gracefully? It's a tough question for many women, particularly when the focus seems to always be on anti-aging this and anti-wrinkle reducing that. So today we are embracing the grace factor, makeup techniques for women 50 and older. And here are some do's and don'ts. Author and makeup artist Deborah Williams. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, many women seem to fall into this trap of always doing their makeup the same way they've always done it. Why do we do that?
Well, I think no one's really taught us, so we continue to do what has been working for us, and then we reach a point where it's not looking the same and it's not working anymore. So as you get older, your face changes. You have to change the way you do your makeup.
And sometimes you need to seek the advice of a professional, which is what we're doing today. So let's go through a few do's and don'ts. Let's start with some do's. Tip number one, know your coloring. What does that mean?
Well, everybody, I don't know if you remember in the 70s, there was Color Me Beautiful, which talked about spring, summer, fall, and winter. And
my mom talking about that.
Yeah, my mother did it too. And it's talking about your undertones. So everybody is either a cool or a warm undertone, or a combination of both. So what you need to do, once you know your coloring, then everything falls into place. It brings out your most beautiful features.
Well, how do you know if you're warm or cool undertones?
Some people are more warm, which means they look better in yellow-based foundations and eyeshadows, warm lipsticks like an orange red, not a blue red, and some people are cool. And very often that's one of the questions. Do you wear red? And what color looks best on you? And if they say a blue red, then I know that they're leaning more towards the cool colors.
Another do is to wear foundation. You know, a lot of times women don't like to wear it. They feel like it's too heavy on their face. Right. Why do they need to wear it as we age?
As we get older, our skin becomes finer, so little imperfections show through. And a lot of women haven't worn foundation, or they haven't worn it for years because they find that it doesn't feel good on their skin. But with so many formulations out today, there's foundation for everybody. So you'll always find one out there that will feel good on your skin and will look good on your skin.
What if you've always worn a powder foundation or a powder base? Do you stick with that?
I think if it works for you, yes. And some people feel that powders, as you're aging, are not good for your skin. But if you get a good mineral powder, that will retain the moisture in your skin. It won't absorb it. So powders work beautifully on some people.
All right. You also say that you should wear a neutral eyeshadow and not any dark colors. Why?
It's not wearing dark colors as much about, start with the neutrals. And if you want to wear a darker color, you want to layer it on top. So it's all about layering of colors. But what I do say is very often the skin around our eyes is lighter, and what happens, and it makes our eye look heavier. So what I say is base your eye from the lash line to the brow with a color that's in your undertone. So I wear like a warm champagne color. And as soon as I put it on one eye, I can see the heaviness in that eye go down.
So no frosty blues, is this what you're saying?
It's funny, when I have clients in my studio and they come in and there's the one thing that usually sticks out is the one thing I usually eliminate. So black around the eye or blue. We want to see your beautiful features. It's not about the makeup as we're getting older. It's about your features and bringing out your most beautiful features. All
right, well, let's move on to some of the don'ts, some of the mistakes that you've seen from different clients that have come through. Keep mascara away from your bottom lashes. Why is that?
A lot of women do find that it falls, and then they end up getting a stronger, discoloration under their eye. And sometimes if your eyelashes are very long on the lower lashes and you start putting mascara on, it will actually create a shadow. And I say 90% of the women are most concerned about eye bags.
Right, so let's not highlight anything.
Let's not highlight that.
All right, a lot of people put concealer under their eyes. This is also on the don't list, but we want to get rid of some of that shadow.
Again, it's not a hard and fast rule, not a don't list, but I do find that some women, if they say, I don't like the eye bags under my eyes, that's the only thing they do in the morning. So they're always concentrating on that one thing. So I do a little bait and switch. It's not about what you don't like. Let's bring out what's beautiful about you, like your beautiful eyes, your great lips, your beautiful cheeks. Once I do that, then they don't even think about the under eye concealer.
The skin around our eyes is very light, it's very fine,
yes.
And as we age, that's where we were going to find the wrinkles. Is there a better kind of concealer, one versus another?
I tend to use eye brighteners, which are less pigmented. It's more about brightening that area than concealing that area,
right.
Which I think they're great. And there's a lot of eye brighteners out there that you can choose from.
Lips are another feature that really changed. They get thinner, they get smaller, and we get those fine lines around them. So should we stay away from lipstick? Should we stick to liners?
I love lipstick. That's my one thing I won't leave the house without. Even though I wear a neutral lipstick, I really love lipstick. Our lips become finer, but the lip line just doesn't show as much. What I do say, if you want to even out your lips and you have, let's say, a lower lip that's finer, you want to lip line it, and you want the pencil to go on the outside of the line. So you can either pencil on the line, inside the line, or outside the line, depending on what you need to do will determine where you put that lip pencil. But I think a lip pencil really does define the lips, and I think that's really nice.
Deb, thank you for practicing what you preach. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
And thanks for being on Your Morning.
Thank you.